You're standing there in front of the open fridge. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, and you can't even remember when you last ate something decent. Your stomach growls, but it's not exactly hunger you're feeling. It's this weird sensation like something's missing, as if your body is crying out for help, but you don't know exactly what it needs. You grab something quick, a cracker, a snack, anything, to make that emptiness stop bothering you. But 20 minutes later, that inner restlessness comes back full force. Your heart starts racing for no reason, your hands tremble slightly, and you feel like you're about to panic over absolutely nothing. You've tried everything: medication, therapy, breathing exercises, meditation, those mindfulness apps everyone recommends. But what most people don't talk about, and what many professionals don't quite connect, is that your mind weakens first through what you eat. And when your mind is weak, anxiety finds fertile ground to grow and completely take over your life. The truth is, there are three specific foods that act like natural medicine for your anxious brain. And today you're going to find out exactly what they are and how to use each one correctly so you can feel a difference within just a few days. I'm not talking about another miracle diet or expensive supplements that promise to fix everything. I'm talking about real food, affordable, easy to find at any grocery store, that has the power to literally rebuild your brain chemistry and bring back that sense of peace you can't even remember what it feels like anymore. The first food that will change your relationship with anxiety is oatmeal. But not just any oatmeal, and not prepared any way. When you eat oatmeal the right way, it releases serotonin steadily and consistently into your brain. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter responsible for happiness, calmness, that feeling that everything's going to be okay. People with anxiety have extremely low levels of serotonin, which is why you constantly feel restless, like something bad is about to happen. Oats contain tryptophan, which is the precursor to serotonin. But even more importantly, they contain soluble fiber that causes serotonin to be released slowly, avoiding the spikes and crashes that leave you even more anxious. The key is in how you prepare it. Take half a cup of rolled oats, not instant, sugary kinds, and mix it with a cup of warm milk. Add a pinch of cinnamon, which helps regulate blood sugar, and a spoonful of honey. Let it sit for 5 minutes before eating. This allows the fibers to swell and create a creamy texture that signals to your brain that you're nourished, protected, safe. Eat this every morning for breakfast, every single day for at least 2 weeks. You'll notice that morning agitation, that feeling that the day is already off to a bad start, gradually fades until it disappears. Tell me something. Have you ever pretended to be okay when you were falling apart inside? Type "I pretend to be okay" in the comments. Your honesty might save someone today. The second food is even more powerful and might be the most important of all: salmon. And before you think it's too expensive or too hard to prepare, just hear what happens in your brain when you eat salmon at least twice a week. Salmon is the richest natural source of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. These omega-3s are literally the building blocks of your neurons. When you're deficient in omega-3, which is the case for nearly everyone with anxiety, your neurons become inflamed, irritated, and hypersensitive. That's why small situations turn into major dramas in your mind. That's why you can't relax even when you're lying on the couch watching something that should be calming. Your neurons are screaming for nutrition, and anxiety is just a symptom of that. The EPA in salmon acts like a natural anti-inflammatory for your brain. It calms down the overactive neural activity that causes racing thoughts and that feeling your mind never stops. DHA, on the other hand, rebuilds neuron membranes, allowing them to communicate more efficiently and calmly. The result? You feel a deep internal calm. Not forced, not artificial, but real. You'll find you can face situations that used to make you panic with a level of calmness you can't even believe is coming from you. To get this effect, you need at least 150 grams of salmon twice a week. It can be grilled, baked, or even canned, as long as it's high quality. The key is consistency. And if you truly can't afford salmon, fresh sardines work too, as long as you eat them at least 3 times a week. The third food might seem simple, but it's revolutionary for people with anxiety: sweet potato. Sweet potato is the perfect carbohydrate for an anxious brain because it releases glucose slowly and steadily, keeping your blood sugar stable for hours. When your blood sugar is unstable, spiking and crashing quickly, your body interprets that as an emergency and releases cortisol and adrenaline. It's the exact same chemical response as if you were being chased by a lion. Your body doesn't know the difference between a blood sugar crash and real danger, so it triggers your entire alert system, leaving you in a constant state of anxiety. Sweet potato breaks this cycle. It has a low glycemic index, meaning its sugar enters your bloodstream slowly without sharp spikes or crashes. Plus, it's rich in vitamin B6, which is essential for producing serotonin and GABA, the brain's calming neurotransmitters. When you eat a boiled or baked sweet potato at lunch, you're setting yourself up for a calm afternoon, free from that 3 p.m. restlessness that makes you want to run away or desperately eat sugar. The trick is to eat it with the skin on, because that's where the fiber is that makes the magic happen. Bake it in the oven for 40 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius with a drizzle of olive oil and salt. Eat it warm, chewing slowly. You'll feel a deep sense of satisfaction, like you're truly nourishing your body and mind. Now here's what no one tells you about these three foods. They don't work alone. You need all three consistently for at least 30 days to feel the full transformation. Oatmeal at breakfast stabilizes your mood for the day. Salmon twice a week rebuild your neurons. Sweet potato at lunch keeps you calm through the afternoon and evening. Together, they create a chemical symphony in your brain that literally reprograms how you respond to anxiety. You'll start noticing that situations that used to make you panic now feel normal, manageable. You'll sleep better because your brain is properly nourished and balanced. You'll stop having those desperate sugar cravings in the afternoon because your blood sugar stays steady. And most importantly, you'll regain confidence in yourself because you'll realize you have control over how you feel. But there's one crucial detail that can make the difference between this working or not: timing. You need to eat oatmeal every morning as soon as you wake up. Your brain needs that serotonin boost early to set the tone for the entire day. Salmon works best at lunch or dinner, never breakfast, because omega-3s need fat to be properly absorbed. Sweet potato is most effective at lunch because it gives you steady energy for the afternoon and won't interfere with your sleep if eaten too late. And never, ever mix these foods with refined sugar, soda, or alcohol on the same day. Those three things completely undo all the healing work these foods are doing in your brain. You should also know that in the first few days, you might feel slightly drowsy after eating, especially after the oatmeal and sweet potato. That's normal. Your body's learning how to use serotonin again after being in constant alert mode for so long. It's like you're detoxing from anxiety. Within a week, that drowsiness will pass and be replaced by a clean, calm energy, different from the nervous energy you're used to. One more important thing. If you're on anxiety medication, don't stop taking it without talking to your doctor. These foods will enhance your treatment, not replace it. Many people are able to reduce their medication after a few months of eating this way, but always under medical supervision. And there's one last thing I need to tell you, maybe the most important of all. These foods aren't just about nutrition. They're about reconnecting with the act of caring for yourself, of nourishing your body and mind with kindness. Every spoonful of creamy oatmeal at breakfast is you telling yourself, I deserve to feel good. Every bite of salmon is you investing in your mental peace. Every mouthful of baked sweet potato is you choosing stability over chaos. The process of preparing, smelling, tasting, feeling the texture, it's therapeutic in itself. It's practical meditation. It's real self-care. Many people who started following this way of eating told me the first thing that changed wasn't even their anxiety. It was their relationship with themselves. They started realizing they deserved time to prepare a good meal, that they deserved to spend a little more effort on having a good meal through the process of cooking for themselves, that they deserve to sit at the table and eat slowly, paying attention to the flavor. And when you start treating yourself with that kindness, anxiety naturally loses space in your life. So here's your plan for the next 30 days. Breakfast, oatmeal with warm milk, cinnamon, and honey. Twice a week, grilled or baked salmon. Lunch,
Baked sweet potato with the skin on. Write it down in your phone. Put it on the fridge. Do whatever you need to remember. And even more importantly, be patient with yourself. After years of anxiety, your brain needs time to heal. But it will heal. You'll regain your inner peace. You'll start trusting yourself again. You'll discover you're stronger than you ever imagined. If this content made sense to you, subscribe to the channel. Here you'll find more strategies like this, always with care and based on what actually works. Hit like if this helped you in any way, and come with me on this journey. You don't have to face this alone.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell to catch the next ones. See you next time.